Hello, I am Marnye Young, and this is
Denise Black.
I am the owner and CEO of the audiobook production house, Audio Sorceress. I am also an actor, a narrator, a producer, a coach, and a mom of twins.
And then everything, and the a best friend ever. And I'm the managing director of Audio Sorceress, and I'm also an avid runner, and I have two daughters as well. And I love to read. I love to drink coffee.
Me too.
Yeah.
So today we're just going to treat this little mini seminar as if you were a prospective client. And let's just call you Erin. So,
Hi, Erin.
Erin, you have reached out to us because you have a book and you want to make it into an audiobook. And we're going to take you through that process of what that looks like, starting with the different types of narration that we offer. Denise, do you want to tell Erin about the different
Sure.
types?
So we can give you advice on what we think based on the genre your book is in and what it's about, our opinion, or you can let us know what your preference is. But we have single narration, we have dual narration, which is if there's a female POV chapter, the female reads everything within that chapter, including the male dialogue. And vice versa. Then we also have duet, which is the female will read her POV chapter, but the male comes in and reads his dialogue within that chapter and vice versa. And then we also have multicast, which is where you have different narrators assigned to different characters. And it goes obviously, single narration is the least expensive option, and multicast gets pricier the more narrators you add. And it also depends on which narrators that you choose to go with.
Right, because if you want a superstar, we got to charge you more.
Hmm.
It's a
But we'll
superstar.
always let you know
Yes.
ahead of time. So
Uh,
we'll say this person's more expensive, and then this one's within the standard budget. And then you can make the decision based on, what you think is best.
And so how we work and how it works in the world of audiobooks is we do something called PFH. So that's per finished hour. And so typically a narrator narrates about 9,200 words per finished hour. So in other words, a narrator may take 3 hours in the booth to record that 1 hour. You're charged for that one finished hour. And that's how the rates work. So, you know, 350 PFH means $350 per finished hour. That's just an example.
And
Um,
so, like an 80,000 word script is going to be around 8.7 finished hours. So you'll be able to tell how much approximately your total invoice will be. It won't be 100% accurate. It could be 8.4 hours or 8.8 hours, but it's pretty close.
yes, very, very close. And so then once we determine that, we then will ask you for an audition script. So that's typically 1 to 2 pages of, the MC, whatever you think is really you pick the audition script because we want to make sure that you are hearing exactly what you need to be able to cast it because how we work is you cast it. Now we can give you our 2 cents, which
We
we
love
have
to.
done, but we never want to sway you in any one direction. So we prefer for you to determine that. But as I said, we'll always offer our 2 cents. And what you do is you give us that audition script and then we ask for some details about the characters. So maybe you say I'm going to let's say you're doing a duet and you need a male, you don't want a gruff voice. You want more of a tenor sound. That's something that's really informative for us because then we go out and we reach out to those who have what you're looking for. And with the female, maybe you want a Scarlett Johansson type, or you want, so we need a
Right. I was
raspiness.
just gonna say, like, even if you don't know what voice type, like how to describe it, if you can say, oh, I want them to sound like, and you
Yes.
have an actor or even a character that they have played in a movie, and we will do our best to get similar voices to that, that'll fit the bill for your character.
Absolutely. And if for whatever reason you say, yeah, I really don't know, it's my first time doing an audiobook, I'm going to leave it up to you. That's fine. Trust us. We've been doing this for years. So
Yes.
we have got you, Erin. We've got you, and we will, bring you the best out there. We are a union company, so every project that we do is union, and it's kind of awesome because it means that we get union actors who, they've been in the business for years, many of them, many of them with hundreds of titles to their name already, and also a lot of stage and in some cases screen experience too. So we really do bring you the best out there.
And
Um,
Marnye is a Yale graduate of drama.
Yay!
And so she is an expert in all things acting, and she personally vets our entire roster. So we're not, I can't even add someone that hasn't gone through her first because she is incredible and she knows exactly what to look for.
Yes, and also too, I would say some people do come to us with someone in mind, and we are willing to work with you and that other
Right.
person, and we will do everything we can to get them, at least in terms of sound, to just to make sure that their situation, the quality, their mic, their but whatever it is, just to make sure that the sound is on par with our very high production level, because we
Hmm.
need it to be the best, and we want it the best for you. So don't you certainly don't need to shy away from that. If there's somebody that you heard that we don't know about, we can welcome them with open arms.
And that's how
Um,
we've gotten some people on our roster as well. Like there's someone that, I mean, we can't hear of everyone. There's so many incredibly talented people out there that if you bring someone to us and, they do a project and it goes really well, like they're on our roster for the rest of, their career.
yeah. And so we typically will send out a lot of auditions, and then we try and send you maybe five, sometimes more. Um, and then you figure out what you want to, who you want. We figure out scheduling, contracts. We do require a 25% deposit upon signing. And then 50% after what's called the first 15. And if you haven't heard of the first 15, this is where you get to hear what your book is going to sound like. You get to hear the MCs. You get to hear any specific characters that you have it in your mind. They have to sound this way, to ensure that it's what you want. And the nice thing about the 15 is if for whatever reason something's a little off, whatever, we go back, we make the adjustments, we get your approval, and we proceed with recording the entire book. That is your sign off to say, yes, the MC is approved, these characters approved, pacing, tone, everything is approved. Move forward with the whole book. And
And
so for seven,
typically, well, sorry, I
yeah,
was just going to
go
say,
ahead. Yeah,
typically we will pick a chapter early on in the book. But if there is not a chapter where all of the main characters are speaking together, then we can also do, 2 to 3 lines of dialogue per character that you want approved before they continue with the rest of the book.
right. And then so then we move forward with that. And so, Denise, so let's say their book is 7 hours. How long would from the first 15 to the finished files? Can you tell Aaron
So
how
for
long?
Yeah, so for a single narration, it'll be once the first 15's approved, it'll be 3 to 4 weeks, and then they'll have the finished files.
Fantastic.
If it's a duet or a multicast, it'll probably be more like 5 to 6 weeks.
Right. And so then So they've got the finished files, or rather, Erin has the finished files. What does Erin then do with the finished files?
Right. Okay. Well, first of all, we then create an audiobook trailer that we can post on our social media and tag you, Aaron, as well. And so that trailer is for you to download and use. You can put it on your Amazon page. You can put it on all your socials. It's promotion for your book coming up. And I know that Marnie, you have
Yeah,
an example of one of our single narration trailers.
absolutely.
This is for one we did recently called Fractured Verdict.
Donovan had a reputation for playing dirty, skirting right along the edge of what was legal, and sometimes taking a step or two beyond. I'd seen him twist witness testimony so hard they snapped in half. And then there was the time he'd managed to get crucial evidence thrown out on a technicality, letting a guilty man walk free. He wasn't just good, he was dangerous. And the worst part? I knew that better than anyone. Things just got a lot more complicated. I met Tom's gaze. I'll do what I can, but I can't make any guarantees. The words tasted bitter on my tongue. But you already know that, don't you, Tom? Tom studied me for a moment, then nodded. I know you'll do your best. That's all we can ask for. I resisted the urge to laugh. Carolyn Martin deserved justice, but that ideal had died long ago. Now there was only the law. And often, the two were not the same.
All right. Wasn't that awesome?
Wasn't that so powerful?
So exciting.
So that's just something, a little value added that we do for all of our clients. We do it for the first, like if it's a series, we do it for the first, third, sixth, ninth in the series. If it's just a one-off book, we'll do it for every book.
And we also do
And
music in the opening and
yep,
closing credits for you as well. Um, we also
ALC.
yes, that's what I was going to say. So the advanced listening copy. So you know the ARC, right? So we have a team called our ALC team, and they will help generate reviews before the audiobook is even out there, and get them on Goodreads and TikTok and Instagram and kind of everywhere. A lot of them have really nice followings on social media. So you're getting exposure at no extra cost to you, to people that may not even know about you. And that's pretty exciting. And then also, we offer, we, Denise and I call it soft promotion, in that
Yes.
we are very active in our social media. And so we will announce your project, we will do a narrator reveal, we will do a little taste, maybe a headliner of 1 minute of of the narration. We will also do, as you said, the trailer.
Yeah.
We
So
put
the teaser, we do it like when we submit the first 15 to you guys for the sample. I'll then ask your permission that I can use a 1 minute from that. So it's the casting reveal right at the beginning, and then whenever the project is in process, we'll do that first 15. We'll do the teaser, and then when you get the finished files a few weeks later, that's when we'll post the trailer, the coming soon trailer. And then when the book is out, we do a now available with the link.
yeah. So it's a nice added perk when you work with us. We really we want your book to do really, really well. So we do everything to kind of help it along and promote you and your book. Um, and then I think so in terms of how do you what do you do with those finished files? You have
Yeah.
a few options, right? So there's something called ACX, acx.com, and they make it super simple, because really all you have to do is, if you already have an Amazon account, you sign on using your Amazon information, you claim your book, you then there's a place where you can say, I already have my files, right? I already have my files. It's not, don't quote me on that, but it's something
Right, because
like
it'll
that.
either say you want to audition to find narrators, or I already have a completed.
Yes.
book.
And so you just click on that, and then they'll need your artwork, your updated artwork that has, so your cover art with the name of the narrator or narrators on there, um, as well as the a list of the all the chapters, right, Denise?
Table of
Yeah.
contents. Yeah.
Table of contents, and then you just upload the files. And if that feels like too much for you, we can help you with that too. So as long as you don't mind giving us some information, we can
Right.
help it and have for certain clients who just felt it was just a little bit too much for them.
Overwhelming. Yeah.
And then also, so that's one of the options. When it comes to distributing your book, there's something called exclusive, non-exclusive, and wide. Do you want to lay that out for them, or do you, or
I could go through it a
no?
little bit and then maybe you can get into specifics. But if your book is primarily read by North Americans, then we usually recommend ACX, as long as you don't mind that you won't be getting into libraries, because you'll be getting a larger piece of the pie. Um, if you go wide, your book is going to be in more spaces because it can be sold everywhere and it will be in libraries. So obviously you're getting a smaller piece of the pie, but it might equal more sales, especially if you have more of an audience outside of North America.
Yes. No, I think that's perfect. And
Okay.
we also have a couple relationships with people outside of ACX who may be willing to carry your audiobook as well for to distribute to a wide audience. That's an individual choice. I mean, of course, we can advise you if you ask us, but we really try to keep that ball in your court as much as possible for because that's a big decision, and we
Because
just
it's if you go exclusive or with ACX, it's like a 7-year
yeah.
contract, right? So we don't want to be responsible for making
Yes,
a decision
you're
and
locked
then
in there for
your
7
sales
years.
aren't quite, and you want
Amazon,
to switch, but you
iTunes.
can't.
Yeah. And so it'll be on Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. So basically, if you choose exclusive AC, which a lot of our clients do, that's I'd say that's our biggest thing that our
It is.
clientele
Yeah.
does. Erin, you can expect to see typically your audiobook will go live in about 10 days from the time that you upload it to ACX. There's something called quality control. I mean, of course, we do that as well, but ACX has their own thing that they go through their own process. But
Just to make sure that it
10
passes
business days.
specs.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And the more you do audio, the more ACX will know you as an author that does them. And if they, if so if you give them audiobooks that are clean, that come from a company like Audio Sorceress, your books may go live faster as time goes on. But sometimes they get bogged down and it takes longer. I've heard people complain that it's taken up to a month,
Mm.
but it could be like 2 days from now.
We have seen that, especially with repeating clients. We've seen their stuff go live the same day that
Yeah, it's wild.
they uploaded it. I know. I thought it was wild too. I was like,
It
oh
makes me
gosh, we
so
gotta go
proud.
announce that. They're ahead of us. We're reaching out to each other saying we got to get that up there on social media.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
live.
Like I
Um,
just posted the trailer yesterday and now I'm
exactly.
posting the end.
And I mean, I pretty much think that covers it, right? Because, the files are yours. That's something to note as well. So we don't do royalty share. We don't do any of that. So all of the rights are yours. All of all the money, all the royalties, the net royalties, are yours. We just
Yes.
have our flat fee, the PFH that we talked about. Um, and that's it. And then, you we wish you the best and
I hope you come back.
yeah, and hope you come back. So if that sounds good, Erin,
Yes. We're around to answer any questions via email, on social media. I don't know if there's anywhere to put what our email addresses are.
yeah, I mean, I can tell you mine is Marnye, so it's Marnye at audiosorceress.com, exactly like it sounds. And Denise,
is D Black, the color black, at audiosorceress.com.
And that's,
So they're
and
pretty
you can
easy.
message us too. We're everywhere, aren't we, Denise? We're really everywhere.
Online all the time, day and night, a little obsessed. But, we love what we do so much. So if you want to approach us and ask questions, we love it.
Absolutely. And we like to say that we sell sunshine and empowerment. So
Yeah.
join us. Come join us. You're going to have a
It's
lot
really
of
fun.
fun. And we will see you soon.
Bye, Erin.
Bye, Erin.